Hi everybody, I'm Janna Ronert with Image Skincare and I'm super excited to be talking all things female beauty, hair, skincare with the founder of Beachwave, Sarah. So we are going to invite Sarah here shortly. We're super excited that you're joining us today. It should be a really fun conversation, especially working into the holidays because hair, good skin for the holidays. Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hello. How are you?
I am so good. I'm ready for the holidays with my pink tree.
Well, good. Well, I don't have a pink tree. I have a green palm tree behind me. So I guess we match today.
I love it. I'm excited. So I actually just wore my eye masks and I was like, I need to use these every day. And honestly, I'm so excited to talk to you because as another female founder, there's just like so many things we go through. And sometimes you forget, if you guys own your own business at home, you guys are really going to relate to all the crazy things that we go through. Hi, Ranveer. Hi, everybody. And I'm excited to talk to another female founder that's kind of in the middle of Q4, all the gifting, shopping, what's happening. So thank you so much for having me. I'm gonna curl while we chat.
You can absolutely curl. You can absolutely curl. So, I mean, we're super excited. I was just saying before you joined that, you know, at this time of year for the holidays, it's so cool. Who doesn't want great hair? Who doesn't want great skin? So I think this partnership today and talking all things beauty is very timely. So I see you're starting your first curl.
I am.
Okay.
So guys, if you are new to Beachwaver, I see some more Beachwaver bigs on here, but this is a rotating curling iron that I invented. So I have the utility patent, the design patent on it. And I started the business with my two sisters. 12 years ago, I sketched out the idea for the Beachwaver. And then 10 years ago, we launched this product. So we are based in Illinois and we're really excited to just be, you know, giving the community kind of tips and tricks. And that's what I think as female founders we really love is I like to share tutorials and show you how to do it because I'm a hairdresser and I've worked as a celebrity hairdresser for over 15 years. And I created the tool because I was constantly telling people, like, hold it upside down, wrap it backwards, wear a glove.
Yeah.
And people couldn't figure it out. They were like, what do you mean backwards this way? I was like, no. This is easy as a hairdresser, but kind of hard for some people to figure out. So I sketched out the idea and I created this tool that has become really fun, kind of like a viral sensation. I love that. I bought 7 days ago. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. Yes, I know. And our team is a small team based in Illinois. So they will ship soon, but there is like a week delay with the holidays.
And so that's really cool. So we're getting into the winter months. And I know that we sent you a few skincare products from Image, right? And what are your favorite go-tos, do you think, for winter in the Midwest?
Well, winter in the Midwest, we were just talking about how cold it is here, you guys. So where are you joining from, by the way? Is it warm? Is it cold there? So we were all talking just a couple days ago, talking about how dry our skin was getting. Everybody was saying, oh my gosh, my skin is so dry. So I will say there's a couple of products that like just instantly the winter you need. So I would say just the body lotion, but a really good one. Because sometimes I think people are like, oh, do I need just grab anyone I find? But honestly, ingredients are so important. So I would love to hear like about this body lotion. It's a brightening body lotion, right? But I was like, we just need it. It is so dry here. Our hands are getting so dry. It's getting so cold. So the one thing I would say I love about these products is the way they smell. I would say in the Midwest where it's cold and my skin is dry, I instantly put this on. I was like, I feel like I'm in like Tulum with like a tree on the beach.
That's good. Well, I'm in Florida today and it's not so cold as it is with you, but I think the products you were talking about, which are my favorites, are it's a Luma collection. So I think especially, you know, during the winter months and the holidays, it's good to kind of brighten, lighten, and tighten. So the body product you were talking about was a brightening product, but there's a whole Illuma collection to kind of brighten that is really my favorite. But I think my real favorite in here is this Illumination Serum. So if you do Instagram a lot, if you're on camera, even if you're not on camera, this little serum you can mix with anything. I love to mix it with some hyaluronic acid. So you can kind of be your own, I don't know, little chemist, if you will. So these are some of my favorite products. And I like to mix it. Did you get that hyaluronic acid? That's also my favorite.
Yes, I know.
Those two.
I'm the woman at home who's like, give me all the tips, because like, even though I love beauty and I'm doing hair tutorials every day, skincare is one of those things that feels very unique to each person. So I feel like, and there's a lot of really cool, incredible, like high-end ingredients. And I'm like, what do I do with it? Tell me everything. And I will say though, just for a beginner, if you guys are out there, hi everybody. If you're joining live and you're a beginner to skincare, there are some products that I'm totally obsessed. So we're talking about body lotion. These to just start are so cool. Yeah. Literally, you guys, I was just putting them on my Insta story, and I'm obsessed with how many are in this. Let's see if I can grab one. These are eye masks. These are so relaxing. If you guys have never tried it, they're
so great. Before an event, if you travel, especially dry, dehydrated eyes, you can just put these little masks on, and they're really the go-to kind of pick-me-up.
So TikTok has just joined us too. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hi.
Just so you guys know, we are on live. We are live on Instagram. I'm live on TikTok as well. So we're talking about being a female founder. I am talking with the founder of Image Skincare, and we're talking about our favorite products. So if you guys have any questions, no, Dana, they're not going to join on TikTok, but you can listen in, you can hear everything, and we're going to drop their handle too, so you guys can check them out. Yes, serums, eye masks, body lotion. There's like so many good products. All right, they're all saying that they want the eye mask.
I love about your line. This is my favorite, this smoothing cream, because it is so, my hair is just like a frizzy mess down in Florida. There's so much humidity. And not only do I just love how it feels, everything smells so good. How did you come up with the smell? Because I'm kind of a smell girl too. People recognize Image with the smell. How did you become inspired with putting this gorgeous coconut smell?
I love that question, because we are a female-founded brand. I started with my two sisters, and a lot of the vendors that we work with are also female-owned businesses. And funny story, my sister Erin, who is on over here on TikTok, we actually connected with another local female businesswoman who runs a fragrance house. And so Stacy and we all got together. We actually formulate the aroma experience before we create the hair products. So we actually got together. We were like, we want everything in Good Vibes to smell like the beach. We want to wake up and be on the beach. We want the experience to be beautiful. And the interesting thing is, when we created the shampoo and conditioner with those aroma experiences, we actually made an actual fragrance so that your whole experience could be from the shower to your everyday. And I would hear celebrity clients say that all the time. They would say to me, oh my God, I love the way that hairspray smells. I wish it was a perfume. So that's what we did. We like custom made all of them to kind of have a different experience. And we listed it on the back of the product, because I think that is so important to a lot of people, that it's not overwhelming, it's relaxing. And a lot of people they put that in after. They're like, oh, what do we want it to smell like? But we did it before, so you have that whole experience. So we're really proud of that local partnership. Literally, she's in Illinois. The fragrance house is down the street from us. Our like kids go to the same school. So it's actually really cool to connect with local business women too. And what about you? Because when I use this, the Hydrating Anti-Aging Serum, I was like, this smells so good.
Yeah. I mean, I think, I started Image, it's now 20 years ago. And I was just in my a very small little apartment in Houston, Texas. And, kind of like you, before that, I had worked with a lot of Fortune 100 companies, but I always loved skincare and I always loved beauty. So I pivoted in my 30s, and I kind of did everything to prepare myself. I became an esthetician. I was in education. I worked with plastic surgeons. I worked with very big brands to kind of learn the business. And I, oddly enough, here I love skincare. I suffered from rosacea. I don't know if any of you out there have it, but it's when your skin is really red, and it's caused by a variety of things, and I couldn't get rid of it. So the product you're talking about, this Vital Sea Serum, was the first product that we brought to the market, and it's still our #1 after 20 years. So kind of fast forward, we're also a company full of lots and lots of women executives, more women than men. So we're female founded, but we're really female run. So it's very exciting. And this year we were named humbly the #1 professional spa brand in America. So
Amazing.
anything is possible,
Congrats.
you know?
That's awesome.
So thinking of kind of on that subject of anything is possible, what kind of advice do you think you could give entrepreneurs or other females that are listening about running a business? Give us some of your secret sauce.
Yes. So that's a really interesting question. And for anyone who's joining on TikTok, I hope you guys can hear. She was just talking about rosacea. If any of you guys have that, where your skin is really red, and how one of the best products out there is the Vital C. It's their #1 product. She started the business 20 years ago, which is super cool. You guys know we started it 12 years ago. So it's amazing to see women really succeed in business. But if you guys do have rosacea, where your skin is really red and you're looking for great products, you should check out Image Skincare. And the question was, as an entrepreneur, like, what do I recommend? Are any of you guys starting your own business? Does anyone out there run their own business? Do you have your own hair salon? Do you have a family business? Let us know what kind of business you have, because there's so many incredible people. I literally went to ship something this morning and I talked to the man at the counter and he was like, I own this business. And we were talking about how cool it is to like run your own business. But the challenges too, right? So my advice to you at home is, there's a couple of quotes that my sister and I really live by, and I think that they've helped us through the years. My quote is, leap and the net will appear. And that's a scary thought, right? But I mean, even when I was like, okay, I'm going to sketch out this idea for this curling iron, I think it's going to work. I don't know. But we went for it. We spent 2 years in R&D to, meet engineers, work with electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, like all of the things I needed. And we took a risk. And every time we take a risk to try something, we take risks to, just do different things in our life, then you imagine, okay, well, maybe that net will appear and people will be like, oh, wow, okay, people supported us. There was customers that liked what we had, our ideas, and the community starts to really build. So I think that you just have to believe. You have to believe that you're going to take the leap and that net will appear. Then my sister's quote that has always helped us through everything is, do something today that your future self will thank you for. So that could be 20 years later, that could be 10 years, that could be next year. And with New Year's coming up, you're thinking about like, what am I doing? I want to start a business. What should I do? So my #1 advice, besides the quotes, which I really love, they keep you motivated and think that anything is possible. You're going to get there. My biggest advice to you is to learn every single thing about every part of your business, because I have a lot of celebrity makeup artist friends. I have a lot of, people that I work with that are clothing stylists, hairdressers within the celebrity world. And they'll say to me like, how did you build a brand? I have an eyelash curling idea. I have an idea for a hair product. I have an idea for this makeup product. And then I would ask them, well, what e-commerce site are you on? Or do you have an affiliate program? Or do you have a community? And they were like, I don't know. That kind of stuff. Right. I was like, but actually the truth is, do you know every ingredient in your product? Do you understand what they are? Like you were talking about Keep It Calm. It's a hydrogen ionic alpha bond multiplier that goes into the cortex of the hair and it actually strengthens your hair. So if you are going to create a brand, create a company, be an entrepreneur, just do what you love and focus on your products and your community. And that's going to bring the audience to you. You know what I mean? It can't be about oh, somebody else would take care of it. I don't know. I don't know websites. I don't know text programs. You got to learn to code. You got to learn the products. You got to learn the vendors and dive in, lean in. That's my advice.
No, I think that's why this Instagram is so fun today, because we're so aligned on the way we think, I mean, when people say, well, who helped you get there? A lot of people certainly help you get there, but there's probably not a box that I've not packed, not an education training with whether it's 1 or 100 that I haven't given. There's not one meeting with the chemist that I probably wasn't attending. And so you really have to know all aspects, and you have to be kind of the first one in and the last one out. And then everything in between there. But I think one of the things that is my biggest advice is you really have to have passion. I mean, look at you. You're curling your hair. Your eyes are lighting up. The screen is lighting up because you love what you do. And I think even for me, after 20 years, I don't care if I'm on an airplane, if I'm at my kids' events, I'm always talking skincare. If I'm at a supermarket and I see somebody with a face full of acne, I'll just, politely ask, what are you using? Maybe talk to them a little bit about image. And I think, when you have that real passion and you really want to change somebody's life, whether it's skin or hair, it shows. You can't be unauthentic in this business because people will see right through it. So I think when you love what you do and you're very meaningful and thoughtful about it, the business, I'm not saying it grows on its own, but that's really, I think, the best springboard for you to be successful.
I love that. So I have a question for you because I feel like skincare is very in-depth with the chemist. Yeah. You say that you are on those calls every Tuesday at 2 o'clock. I talked to Jamie, my chemist, and she came backstage Fashion Week because she was so excited to see one of our new launches. So we love that process. So I'm super curious because skincare is very involved and very particular. And like you're saying, really great if you are able to go to the spa. But what if I'm like at home and I'm new? We do have a lot of like younger followers, people might be new to skincare.
Sure.
Where like should we start, and what kind of ingredients are we looking for? And is it like good enough to kind of read the label? Like, what is your take, and like what's your expertise when you're kind of helping someone who's maybe, like me, who's a little bit older and wants some of these anti-aging ones, or if someone who's young and starting out, like what should be our research and development into learning about like your products?
Yeah, I think that that's a loaded question, but I think first you have to look at what is the problem, or what are you trying to solve, and then how do you go about fixing it. So for you, when you're talking about anti-aging, there's like a few things that you need to look for. You need to look for alpha hydroxy acids, you need to look for retinols, you need to look for vitamin C, you need to look for exfoliators. And I think what has progressed in the last years that is so very important is to really look at what is the science behind the product. What kind of independent clinical studies have been done? What do the fans say about the product? What do the professionals say? Because, you're doing your wand. I couldn't do it, I promise you, while I'm talking, but I could probably do a treatment right here while I'm talking and choose the right products. So, I think that's very, very essential. And, it's interesting because we probably have about, 25 customer service representatives that are estheticians that answer the phone. So I think that, it's great to write in and get on a program to get your perfect program. But I think when you're talking with a professional, whether it's a professional hairdresser, a professional esthetician, a professional, someone in that business, they're really able to direct you to those ingredients that really matter. And I think the third thing to look at is what is very important to us at Image, and to me personally is, and I'm sure to you, is really finding ingredients that are the cleanest possible in the industry. Because, clean ingredients cost a little bit more. Clean ingredients are not as easy sometimes to formulate, and they come from all over the world. So I think sourcing, even though you make the product in America, a lot of different ingredients come from all over the world, and you need to find those great ingredients to put kind of in that one bottle.
Right.
So kind of a long-winded question, but I think kind of where science prevails in the skincare world is where you're going to get your best results.
I love that. And for someone who's new to things like retinol, do we want to start with like one product and use it for a little bit and then build on the routine versus saying like, okay, here's 8 new products, let me use them all? Like, how do you recommend someone slowly add to their routine?
I think, like anything, less is always more. I think that you start with a really great cleanser. You start with an anti-aging product, then you wear a sunscreen every day. And in the evening, you cleanse, you anti-age, and then you use some sort of like repair cream that solves whether it's wrinkles or pigmentation or acne. So I think you should start very, very small and then add on. I don't think a lot of products create a better skincare program. Probably like you, I think quality should be over quantity.
Right. Yeah, and I'm always like pretty simple with my hair routine as well. I'm like, I like the heat protectant, I like the cream, and maybe a little texture. So I'm simple too. So I actually really like that. I have a question about sunscreen.
Yes.
Just for the summer? Or are we supposed to be wearing it in the winter?
Every single day of your life. Every time
Do you
you
hear
brush
that?
your teeth, every time you brush your teeth in the morning, the last thing you should do is put on a sunscreen. You know, I mean, 90% of all facial aging is due to the sun. And it's environmental, it's UV. Even when it's not so sunny out, like today, you're still getting those rays. So I think if you use any great product, a sunscreen is the must. What do you think?
I am going to take your advice. That's what I think I need to do. Do you guys hear her? They're hearing you because they're asking questions over here. Yeah, so we're talking to the founder of Image Skincare, and her advice, will you guys just answer my question? Do you wear sunscreen every day?
Oh, please say yes. Please say yes.
Her advice is that we should be wearing, even in the winter in Illinois,
Every day.
we need to be putting on sunscreen. Does
Every
anyone on
day.
here, maybe we'll do a poll on TikTok. Answer the poll, you guys. Do you wear sunscreen? No, 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 no.
Oh, well, and I think that this is such a great kind of educational format and partnership to kind of, you know, educate these consumers that, you know, the old sunscreens were pasty and chalky but the new ones are basically moisturizers that have a sunscreen built in. So you're kind of getting double duty, right? You're getting a moisturizer and a sunscreen. So you don't even really have to think about it, you know?
And at any age, right? Like at
Any age.
on our kids.
Any age.
Teenagers.
Teenagers, my daughter and son, I have twins that are 13. And my kids have been wearing sunscreen every single day of their life since they've been small little babies. So they're used to it. They know exactly what to use in the summer, what to use in the winter. And so I think you just get on a program and you get used to it, right?
I love that. One of our followers over here on TikTok said she started to wear skincare every day, and it's from your company.
Oh, well, that's good. Thank you.
Night, she said she started a skincare routine. That's amazing.
So, you know.
Oh, yes, that's amazing.
We talked a little bit about, you know, kind of the advice, but what do you think is the hardest part about being a female founder?
That's a really interesting question. So you guys, we are two female founders talking about running a business that we both had for years. And it is challenging because I think as you grow, my sister is my business partner. Erin was a corporate lawyer. She left her career to start the business with me. And she has had a lot of challenges, right? She has had challenges where I know she was at a port picking up a shipment, trying to get it to move forward. And they literally said, is there a man I can talk to about this?
Oh my gosh.
You know, so in certain shipping operations industries, there have been some challenges like that. She went to a couple of meetings where they thought her name was Aaron, A-A-R-O-N, because her name is Aaron. So they welcome Mr. Aaron Potempa. They just the assumption that she's probably a man running this business. And that even like throughout our, like the beginning stages of the business, as a hairdresser, a lot of people would say to me, like, who really runs the company? Like, who really does it? And I'm like, Erin and I, we go through every element of everything. We work with the vendors, we grow the team. So I think there's definitely some challenges in the way people just assume maybe someone else does it. So I think it's just getting over that assumption. I think there's also, you know, she laughs sometimes of just, you know, the way you're dressed and how people could approach it differently of saying like, well, you're not the boss. You're, you know, wearing the Beachwaver hoodie suit. And it's sort of, some of those challenges come from appearance. And I think just sort of trying to really be taken seriously. I think I've been very fortunate in the hair industry as a stylist because I get a little bit more of that creativity and that awareness. But I think when it comes to running a business, there are some challenges when it comes to finances, to operations, to people believing you. We had one guy say to us once, because we're self-funded, so we are an independent brand. What that means is that Erin and I reinvest all of our money to try to grow the business. And we've had people say to us, which is really funny, we've had people say like, we had one meeting in New York with some people that were interested in the business. And they literally told us like, we wanted to go more direct to consumer. We wanted to build out our own warehouse. We wanted to grow our community from our Campus Wave program to our Wave program. We wanted to grow TikTok and Instagram as a community and do a little bit less of sales in stores. We want to do a little bit, we want to do more community based. And I'm not joking you, a man in a meeting said us, oh girls, like, why don't you go back to your dad and ask for money? And he literally said, come back to me once you've figured it out.
Right. No,
like,
I know, because when
that's interesting, because we, even though we're women, and you don't need to call us girls, you don't need to assume that we can't do a new strategy. And I just want to say to all my TikTok people, all of you guys that are watching, everyone from Campus Wave, I know there are a lot of you guys on here, that like, it makes me emotional because I'm like, we did do it. Like, we have an awesome community and they have been like super supportive. They're shopping. They love the product. We connect with them online, and we built this 100 college students across the country that love the brand too, and we do webinars every month where we talk about women in business, and just supporting them, because I think it's super important.
I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. I had so many stories, but I think the one that stands out in my mind is I was at a very, very big meeting and a very fancy office. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I like to come a little bit early and scope out the place and kind of get the vibe of the meeting. And I walked in and a gentleman asked me, could I get a vanilla creamer for his coffee? He thought I worked there. And I think that I said yes. I was very polite. I walked up to the front. I asked the lady, could she bring in some vanilla creamer? And then when the meeting started and I was leading the meeting, he turned pure white. I thought he was going to like hyperventilate. But I think the moral to that is just be polite, know your stuff, be prepared, be passionate, and just basically know your business. Because, if you're authentic, it doesn't matter if you have short hair, long hair, business suit, hoodie, you just have to know your business. And, like you said, create that community where people want to follow you, where they love your products, where they believe in your mission of what you're trying to do. I'm sure your mission is to create good vibes and great hair. And our mission is to help the world age later. So if you stay true to that mission and you don't, I think, hopscotch around and try to be other things maybe that you're not, I think that's kind of a female success story that I've learned.
I love that so much. And I'm inspired by women like you who have been doing this for 20 years. I mean, It is impressive because you have to fight through those moments where people might not respect you. And you have to say, like, you deserve a place here. Like, it's okay for us to be in those, in those big meetings and doing, even with pink hair, I've gotten of like, we want to feature her, but is her hair always pink? I'm like, yes, and that's okay. It's like just an interesting thing what, you want to deal with. But I totally agree. I think being passionate about your product, that, you'll have that community to support you. And I think that's all about leap, and that net will appear. Like, everybody will be there for you when you really take those risks and you go for it. So that is so cool. And I like your advice about if you run into this situation where you're questioned, where someone assumes something about you, I like the idea of like being humble and then proving, right? In the scenario where the guy said, oh, girls, go back and find your dad, that scenario, we literally left that meeting with like, we are going to prove that this strategy works. We are going to go and we are going to build that community, and we don't need to prove to him, but we are going to do it to prove to ourselves that we were right and we worked and we deserve it.
No, I think that's exactly right. And that's where just that tenacity comes in. You can't give up. I think those days that are the hardest, when you look back, those are the days that always make you the strongest, and when you can see that huge hurdle or whatever you had to climb or who doubted you. Because look, as women, I have self-doubt, I am not 100% confident at all times, but you have to just, whatever you believe in your mission, you've got to have a lot of people around you that can also support you in that, because to grow big, you certainly can't do it all. You cannot. Yeah. So speaking about getting big, I love your smoothing cream. I love all these dry shampoos. You've got these great products. I love the names, Great Barrier, Second Chance. Who doesn't need a second chance? What do you guys have in store for 2023?
Lots of exciting things, actually. So we have been building out all of the hair care. So the hair care is vegan, it's cruelty free, and like you, we spend a lot of time on R&D with this. So the High-X product is really cool because it's like an active bond multiplier that's really going to help. So that is in the Keep It Calm cream. And so the concept is that you're strengthening your hair while you're styling. So that actually has an active strengthener, which I often say, I don't know too much about skincare, but I feel like it's a similar concept.
It is.
I'm styling my hair, I should be taking care of it. I should be strengthening it. So we have a couple other very exciting products coming in. We've got a really great one, Lux Leave-In, that's coming soon, that actually has like a high viscosity sprayer to give you beautiful detangled. Our whole concept kind of for next year is really working on a healthy hair routine.
Yeah.
And so we've got a new mousse launching, we've got some new tools launching, because our girls, all of our people out there love to curl their hair and love to use the hot tools. So like Great Barrier is one that's going to give you heat protection up to 450 degrees. So that need those products, yes, to go with them. So that's kind of our plans. And then I do have a question too about skincare, because this month alone, I have been doing my makeup every single day. You guys know I have been live every day on TikTok this month.
Well, you look great. I wish I could do your makeup like you do. I did mine today. I'm not on every day, but yours is looking good.
I love that like fresh light lip, really nice lined eye, but I've been trying to get better at it. But I do have a question about my nighttime routine and everything out there. So I'm doing makeup a lot. It's dry out, it's the winter. What would be the best way to wash your face? And then I know we have a really great exfoliant, like the brightening exfoliant cleanser. What would be my routine? Would I apply that? Are there any other products you would recommend if I'm trying to remove makeup and have a fresh, like nice night's sleep?
Yeah, no, I think that's a good question. And, you know, when we were in product development for our cleansers, we purposely don't have a toner because we wanted the cleanser to remove all the makeup, to exfoliate and really not strip the skin, but really remove all of the environmental stuff during the day, the makeup. So what I like to do is I like to use the Vital C cleanser. And then I like to sometimes do a double cleanse with the illuminating cleanser to really exfoliate and illuminate even more. So kind of after you've taken off all your makeup, and all of our cleansers can be used on the eyes, can be used to take off everything. So the Vital C cleanser, the Illuma cleanser, and then I love to do a serum, and then I like to top it off with a cream, you know, the Vital C or the illuminating cream. So you kind of think about, first you take off the makeup and the skin is very, I guess, vulnerable and fresh. Then you want to put on something anti-aging. And then at night, you really a cream of some sort, a vitamin C cream, a retinol cream, a brightening cream. Again, depending on what you're trying to achieve, you really need that cream to kind of seal everything. So overnight, the skin has a chance to repair.
I love
it. Is that helpful?
That's super helpful. And I'm actually so excited because I do love that exfoliating cleanser. I think that when you are wearing a lot of makeup, it's like taking that extra step to take care of your hair at night. And when you do put that cream in at night, when you wake up, you feel really good. So then when you guys are up in the morning, then we have to put our sunscreen on when we're brushing our teeth.
Yes, please wash your face, use your serums, and then please wear a sunscreen every single day.
Even
really.
Even when it's cold.
Even winter, because you kind of think of a sunscreen like a shield. So if it's snowing, if it's raining, if it's windy, if it's bad environment, you definitely want something that can shield the skin. And that you kind of think of a sunscreen as your shield. Oh my gosh, your hair looks so good. How did you do that front to get it so like, look at mine, mine's kind of flat. I need to learn. Help me out.
Okay. So when you get to your top layer,
yes.
So most of the beach waving, I start with the clamp facing in and I tap the arrow away. And I kind of am holding it just upright, really easy. But I actually did a really fun tutorial last night because I'm showing people how to do some pro tips. So it's always upright. When you get to the top layer, you actually want to go like this because you want an on base curl. This is kind of your beauty school little.
Okay.
So when you start with the clamp facing in, you place it in, and then you actually kind of hold it up and you press the arrow away.
Oh, I was doing it the opposite way.
Yeah, and you always want to press the button away from your face, and then you're going to get this stunning like wave that opens up your face and brings all that attention to your cheekbone. So that's really, really important. And what I always show that demo is start with the clamp facing in, tap it away, because when I'm styling someone else's hair, I have a really fun product too. I like to always go away from the face. So if I use, this is our new Team Texture.
Okay.
Look at the volume.
Yep. I know, I've got it. I didn't put it in today, but now that I know what to do, I'm going to definitely use the Team Texture.
So Team Texture is meant to kick the bang out.
Okay.
And give you volume right there.
Super cool. Super cool. I kind of think of Team Texture the same way I think of hyaluronic acid. That's got to be a staple, right? If you want to get that plump or, you know, big hair, Team Texture, you kind of want to plump up your skin, and everybody needs hyaluronic acid. I mean, especially now in the winter, it's a must.
Okay. I've got, what's your New Year's resolution on TikTok? If you guys want to answer, here on Instagram too. So do they want to improve their hair care? Do they want to improve their skin care? 80% said both.
Well, good. Then they're watching the right thing today. Do you have a New Year's resolution?
Ooh, you know, New Year's has always been really fun for me. I like to really challenge myself, and I've been thinking if I could do something like this again. So like 7 or 8 years ago, when social media hadn't really started to really pick up, I did 365 days of braids. I posted a different braid every day for an entire year. And my like clients laughed at me. People were like, what are you doing? And this is a good advice. If you are in business or you want to start a business or you want to grow a social account, right? That year, I was like January 1st, day 1 of 365 days of braids, day 2, day 3. And I did it every day for an entire year, right? Everyone laughed at me. People made fun of me. And this was not before content creators were, maybe it was 8 years ago. It was a while ago. And I literally did it every day. Well, guess what happened? Come March, I got a phone call from Cosmo. Cosmo magazine said, can you come and do braids for us?
Oh my gosh.
Then I got a call from Brides magazine. They said, can you do a week of bridal braids for your thing you're doing? And I was like, sure. Then come the fall, Pop Sugar called, can you do an exclusive on Halloween braids in your campaign? And I was like, yes. So you guys will not believe this. I became the resident braider for Cosmo magazine. I started to do all the braid tutorials on their page. I brought in Miranda Cosgrove, one of my celebrity clients. We did braids together. It was so crazy because people laughed at me and made fun of me and said, are you really going to post every single day for a year? That is really crazy. It's like, are you going to go to the gym every day? Are you going to do this every day? And because it was like a hashtag that I made up myself, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And these opportunities came out of something that nobody asked me to do. Nobody told me to do it. It wasn't like I was being paid to do it. I literally just did it because I love hair. I love to braid. I love sharing, like, you know, my passion. I wasn't sure how to use social media back then because celebrity clients would really be okay with me like filming everything we were doing.
Sure.
So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this up for myself. So for New Year's, to me, I always think of that year because I'm always like, I was so proud. I stuck to it. I did it. It was really hard. But I think for this New Year's, it's like I always like to challenge myself, you know, but I like to do it kind of for myself. Like, what can I do this year that might be something that might make me feel accomplished, like feel really great about myself. So I don't know, that's my like advice. I still need to think of what it is I'm going to do, but whether it's even something small, you know, I'm going to try to do yoga once a week, or I'm going to, you know, try to spend a little more time with my friends. I'm going to call my mom or whatever it is. It's like little goals that you set. It's just doing it for yourself and then just being like, I'm going to do it for me. Even if people laugh at me and think it's stupid, like, look, something great could come out of it, you know?
Yeah, no, a couple years ago, always wanted to run a marathon. And I think in my head, I thought I'm too old and I don't know if I can train and do it. But 2 years ago, I did it and I was so proud. And I don't think I'm going to do it again. But what I want to do this year is I want to do a triathlon. I want to run, swim, and bike and just stay as fit as I can with my sunscreen every day. Don't forget, I'm always going to wear that sunscreen. But I think that's one of my New Year's resolutions. Your hair looks beautiful.
Thank you. That is so fun. I know. I love curling it live and just showing everybody. But now this has been amazing, you guys. I'm inspired. I'm gonna start wearing that sunscreen.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's exciting.
Thank you.
Do you train yourself for the triathlon, or do you like enlist professionals? What do you do when you're training for something big like a marathon?
So with the marathon, I had a group that I was training with, so they really helped me. And with this, I'm also having a group. So the first thing I have to do is really I'm swimming every day, or trying to, because that's like my least accomplished skill is swimming. And then I'll move on. I'm pretty good at biking and running I can do. So I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to do a triathlon.
And how long do you have to get ready for it? Is there one you have to?
I have about 5 months. I'm going to do it in May, the end of April, the beginning of May. So I'll let you know how it goes. I don't think I'm going to drown because the water isn't deep enough to drown, but I don't think I'm going to be last, but I'm going to do it. I want to.
That's awesome. I know. I feel like physical activity too is something like I've been trying to snowboard for. My kids have gotten so good at it. So like 6-7 years I've been taking lessons every year. So that might be also one of my resolutions, is to have less fear, you know? So it's like, like that, to do something really physical. I'm like, I want to go out there this year and really try to not be afraid and like let go and have fun with, like, you know, moving your body, doing different things. So let us know if you guys have a New Year's resolution. Do you have multiple sunscreens or an SPF level that you recommend?
Yeah, we have, I don't know, we've got probably 7, 8, 9 sunscreens, and you definitely want to go SPF 30 or higher. Okay. So depending on if it's winter or summer, but you know, the new sunscreens that are more like zinc and titanium, that are kind of more organic, if you will, without a chemical, is where I would first lead you to go. Okay.
Do you guys hear all that? So 30 SPF every day. There are a lot of versions of them.
Yes.
You guys can check it out. You guys can go to Image Skincare. So it is, I'll show you guys the logo if you can see it up close. Image Skincare. And you can also check out their TikTok and their Instagram too. Thanks,
so Sarah, this has been super fun. I just want to end with something you just said about fear. I think that, you know, when we talk about being female founders and you just talk about life in general, I think that overcoming whatever fear you have, it is probably number one to success. Because you just get over it. Don't have the self-doubt in your mind. Just push through it. You had that crazy braid idea, and a crazy idea can lead to something really, really good. You know, I mean, who would have thought? I grew up on this farm in Nebraska, and I started making these products in my kitchen that you could be number one. But I think it's really possible. So I hope for your viewers and all of the people who joined, we gave you some encouragement and some enthusiasm and you know, just the idea that all things are absolutely possible.
I love that. Thank you so much. I've been inspired by hearing you speak, inspired to try. I'm going to look up a triathlon, you guys, and just see.
Oh gosh, I don't know. We'll see.
But I love that. I love challenging yourself. So honestly, thank you guys so much for joining. Thank you.
Sarah, there's one last promotion. If at Image you spend $110, you're going to get these wonderful free shampoo and conditioner. So log on, try these products. They're amazing. Thank you so much for the product and the beach one. I'm going to get really good. Someday I'll be able to do an Instagram live. And again, happy holidays to everybody. And Sarah, thank you. You're just a dream.
Thank you so much, you guys. Happy holidays. Bye, everybody.